Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of MMOFTW here on MMORPG.com. I am your host, Bill Murphy, and this is the week that was in MMO news. I hope you guys all had a fantastic Thanksgiving if you celebrated here in the States with us, and if not, hope you had a wonderful, regular old Thursday. But we got some news this week, despite it being a holiday for most of the Western world here, so not Western world, for most of the United States. So why don't we get right to it with World of Warcraft announcing that Gnome Hunters are 100% confirmed to be in the Legion expansion pack. I know that doesn't really seem like huge news, but World of Warcraft does have its fair share of fans still, and the gnomes being able to play the hunter seems like a newsworthy piece of thing, a bit of good news to kick off the week this week. For example, one rare Mechanostrider is going to require you to create a special punch card that grants access to a closed section of Gnomeregan. We hope you remember the way there. And once you locate the clockwork creature, you'll then need to figure out how to overload its circuits, solve the puzzle, and you'll have this magnificent mechanized minion striding by your side. That is one of the many different mechanical pets that is going to be obtainable only by Gnome and also Goblin for the Horde hunters. So the hunters for the Gnomes and the Goblins will be very much in the flavor of their engineering roots. In fact, so much so that the gnomes are actually going to start off with a giant mechanical rabbit as their first pet. You know how every hunter class has their own first pet. It seems like the gnomes are going to stay true to their tinkering roots and have a giant mechanical rabbit to start off as their first pet. So very cool stuff coming in Legion if you're a fan of the hunter class, or if you're a fan of gnomes and you've always wanted to annoy somebody with them in PvP as a hunter. Now you'll have that chance to do so. And in some great Black Desert news, we now know that Dawn Communications is bringing the first closed beta test to the West, that's in Europe and North America, beginning on December 16th. For Black Desert's first online beta, several improvements have been made based on community feedback from the alpha stage. There is improved character customization, including 30 new skin tones, 40 new hair colors, new beards, and a bald option for male characters. There's been improved balance of character classes, though they don't go too much into detail for that. There are improved weather cycles, including darker and occasionally stormy nights where lanterns can be purchased from NPCs to help players see in the dark. There is a newly enabled feature such as the much requested walking mode. The first implementation of a player-to-player trading system is going into the game here, so that they can start to work towards having that. Fully localized English text will be in there. The adjustment of HP potions will improve PV challenges. There's a level cap set to 50.99% with that's kind of weird. So level 50 with a PvP being unlocked at level 30, so you won't be able to go any higher than level 50 during the closed beta period. If you want to get into the closed beta and have guaranteed access, you can do so via pre-ordering one of the founders packages, or you can hope that maybe sites like MMORPG.com have their own giveaways coming up as well. One of the other cool things being added this closed beta period is the newly included Tamer class. Now, Dom has posted a brand new trailer, which we're showing you right here to show off the Tamer and its class abilities. This is the first and only pet class that I'm aware of for Black Desert Online, and you can bet your sweet potatoes that I will be playing this one when the closed beta begins. And in launch news for Devilian, the open beta and head start has been officially announced for Tryon and Bluehole Geno's action MMORPG. That is December 8th is the head start launch for Founders. You'll get a full 2 days ahead of everybody else, whose final retail launch will be on December 10th. But beginning on December 2nd, which is this coming Wednesday, there will be a fully open beta, which will have a wipe before the head start and the launch. For anybody who hasn't had a chance and wants to get a taste of what Bluehole Geno and Tryon's action MMORPG is like, you'll be able to do so for pretty much a full week from December 2nd, beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific, until December 8th, when the Founders Head Start begins. And in Star Wars: The Old Republic news last week, we talked a bit about the companion nerf that had everybody in a tizzy. Well, they are pretty much reversing that, but not completely. Companion healing has been increased to nearly 48% of where it was with the nerf. Companion damage has been increased by nearly 15%, and companion-based statistics have been increased by nearly 15% as well. So this puts things more in line with where they really wanted the companions to be, and so far, from what I can tell, the reaction to these changes has been accepted, but maybe just maybe next time BioWare should try to put these changes on the test server and run them by the players before just blanket nerfing everything into oblivion. Anyway, good news for Star Wars fans who didn't like the changes. Now it seems like they're still a little bit more useful, a little bit more in line with the difficulty curve that the developers want to have for the content. And last but not least, we found out this week in some sad news, I guess we're ending on a sad note, that Firefall's team at Red 5 Studios has suffered about some serious layoffs. Almost, I think 40 people total is what we're hearing. We don't have exact numbers. We have confirmation from Red 5 that this was part of the restructuring of the development team as they work towards the PS4 release. The game just finally launched in China, and as soon as that launch was over, they pretty much unceremoniously cut people from the staff. We heard from one employee that there was no real rhyme or reason to the cuts. It was just probably whoever was making the most money to reorganize things down. It's never good news. It's never a good thing. And Firefall has already had a very long and troublesome development history. One of the key people that I thought was going to make the game, get to the point where it should have been was Chris Whiteside, who joined the team after leaving ArenaNet, and he himself was also let go from the team in the rash of layoffs. So where does that leave Firefall? We really don't know, but the future doesn't look too bright for the game, and we're just going to have to see what happens, see if PS4 manages to turn things around, and well, I guess we'll just see where Firefall goes. But if I were you, this is just my opinion, I wouldn't be putting too much of my playing time and or money into a game that just laid off 40% of its staff after a major launch in China. So there you go. That's my opinion. Well, that'll do it for this week, folks. I hope you've had a great holiday. I hope you enjoy the weekend. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff at MMORPG.com without the dot. And if you feel like following me, I'm on Twitter at TheBillMurphy. Have a great one, and don't let a bad pug get you down.